Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Aries. If Aries is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so Aries, our card tonight is the Two of Discs. One of my favorite cards. So much about balance. Balance, balance, balance. And of course, one of the most important concepts in any spiritual journey. And that is as above, so below. So within, so without, right? Everything reflected on all levels. All right, let's go ahead. Let's not get too philosophical here. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what's going on here. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And also, if you'd like to hit the like button or leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. Especially if you're new to the channel, go ahead and shout it out in the comment section. All right. So I immediately am getting this feeling of a really kind of harsh masculine energy. And a mother who did everything to try to protect. Now we have a mother goddess here, okay? Could be, I'm not sure what the animal is. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, is it a swan? But it reminds me of, you know, one of the Vedic goddesses. Could be, I'm just going to read it as a mother goddess. I mean, this really is the energy that I have here. Now, as we turn this way, okay, we have, it looks like a person here who has their hand lifted, right? And a small child here. So I feel like there just was mistreatment, okay? And you as an Aries, if you even got a hint of that kind of, you know, behavior, that kind of treatment happening to a kid, your kid, a kid in your family, not gonna fly, okay? And I think that this really, it does mirror back, and I know this is already like really heavy as I'm looking at it. It mirrors back to maybe some of the stuff that you've gone through yourself. You know, it could be that it was in the household. It could have been just the circumstances of, you know, growing up in the way that you did or in the environment that you grew up in. A lot of kind of, you know, turmoil, altercations, disharmony, and so on. And so as an adult, and maybe even as a parent, you won't put up with this. It's not okay. And, you know, you won't subject your children to this kind of energy and treatment, right? So I feel like this is something that you're really, I mean, you feel very, very strongly about. And I feel that you have taken on that same role as a protector, not only for your own family, but for the kids that are around you. And now I wonder if you are in some kind of work where maybe you do some kind of advocacy, you're a teacher, you're like a social worker, a counselor, you know, in some kind of childcare or whatever it is. You are somebody that is trusted or should be trusted, right? And even when you get the feeling of, I don't know, maybe I should mind my own business here, there's that thing inside of you that's like, nah. I feel something. My intuition is telling me something is not right here. And I'm going to get involved, period. Right? You can't stop me from that. And so I do. I feel like this is kind of one of the, maybe the biggest roles, archetypes of your life. And that is to be the protector of those who cannot protect themselves. And I think you take this very seriously. Absolutely. Now, we also have up here the number 2. Very prominent. We have a person riding on a horse. Up here, you can see the horse. These are the legs, okay? And we have the person kind of either right here or right here. But there's a person. And we have another person down here who is kind of standing here and pointing. Now, we have a fire beneath their feet, and we have a fire beneath your feet, okay? So I do feel like this is an urgent situation, and with the person getting on the horse, and maybe even 2 people, it is this kind of, we need to make a move now. Something needs to happen now. There's no waiting around here, okay? Now, I want to look at, I have these cards. They are the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and I'm going to use them for clarifying. I have only done this a few times in my readings, and so I'm trying it out. It's a little clunky, but so bear with me. But we're going to just kind of see what kind of clarity we can get here. And I'm going to flip. I'm not going to shuffle because, honestly, it would be a mess. I'm not good at shuffling. We have flattery. Okay. We have adaptability. And we have exhalation. All right, so these are beautiful cards. I mean, they're gorgeous, right? And this one, I just love these so much. My husband, shout out to Devin Serpent Tarot, he got a deck as well. I'm like, if you're getting a deck, I want a deck because they're really pretty. I like this one because it has Yanis on it, or Janice. When we were pregnant, I had it on the list. I was like, I really love the name. And if you know how to spell it, it's Janus. My husband's like, nah, we're not naming our kid that. That would be a rough one. So yeah, I was like, yeah, that's true. But I'm looking at this and I'm feeling like okay, so I feel like there almost seems to be kind of a feeling of, through your kind of this energy of being like mama bear, right? Maybe papa bear. You have gained really the admiration of some people, right? I think generally you strike people as maybe somebody who's a little bit tough, right? Maybe you have they got a thick skin. That's somebody you don't want to mess with. They're nice, they're loving, they're caring, they're actually really interesting and unique, as all Aries people are. But do not cross them. Do not try to, get one over on them, because they see it all. They have seen it all, and they will see right through you. And you're not going to just sit around and let somebody kind of push you around or punk you, right? But on the other side of it too, I feel like you have these like cheerleaders. You have people in your life who are just, they know the work you do is so important. And you being a family I almost imagine you being somebody who collects people. Not, that sounds bad, but you are like the person who has a dinner table that seats like 20 people because you have so many acquired family members from all different places in your life. When you have a holiday, you make sure everybody knows they're invited, especially if you have nowhere else to go. Come on over, have a plate, right? And so I feel like there is some amount of flattery that happens, and I think that you do like this. Who doesn't like to be flattered? I feel that, you know, this has opened you up to knowing a lot of people and being able to communicate and adapt to different lifestyles and different, cultures of people and just generally different kinds of people, period, right? Now, also, I feel like you're very celebrated. You absolutely are just a celebrated person. And I imagine if you have kids, to them, you are like a goddess, whatever. And the people of your life are so devoted to you. I mean, you're kind of mythical in a way, right? And I feel like there is this feeling here of like, what I've always called game, recognize game. And this is like an old hip hop term, but what it means is like, if you yourself are good at something, or you have some understanding of something, when you meet somebody out in the wild, right, and they also are on the same thing, you would see. You're like, oh, I see you. Like, we're peers, you know? And so I feel like you have somebody in your life who, maybe even somebody who you raised, right, or you helped out, and now they're also coming into this role in their own life. Now they are also, much like you, somebody who is the shepherd of many different people. The caretaker, the center, the heart of the family, the head of the family, whatever it is. And I feel like there's a lot of pride there. I also see we have I love right here. I love. So I feel like it is this really deep sense of love and respect and just kind of exhalation, right? Like, yeah, I can see you really feeling so kindred, and also, yeah, proud, very proud. Okay, so we also have somebody, and I see we have a phone, I see we have a heart, we have somebody with a bow and arrow, we have another person kind of facing away. And in this scenario, I feel like somebody is really trying to get in there. They're interested in you. But I feel like for you, and I see over here we have the mermaid, okay? And she has a scythe. Get away from me. I feel like there is this energy where it's like, okay, I'm flattered. I'm even maybe a little interested, but that does not outweigh my kind of guard that's up, right? I'm not trying to find some kind of flirtation or dalliance or getting to know somebody just yet. But it feels good to know that it's out there. Now, I think that this person, not in a creepy, stalkery way, but I think that this person is going to have a hard time giving you up. Now, I do feel like they will be around in a way that is like not overstepping, or it doesn't feel weird. And I don't think that they're being weird about continuing to pursue you, but I do think that they're still in the mix. Right? So maybe it's somebody you work with. Maybe it's somebody that lives near you. You know, and then over here we have the star. So I feel like the big thing for you is all about continuing towards your goals. And you can see at the top of the star, there is a palm tree. So I do feel like it is this kind of, yeah, maybe working towards retirement, being able to have a break, being able to kind of sell off into the sunset towards your own private island or whatever it is, go get lost in the island somewhere, become an island dweller, you know, whatever it is. I feel like there's really this desire to continue to get closer and closer to this time where, yeah, you can kind of, you know, live the way that you want to without having to break your back, you know, working crazy hours and you know, just busy all the time. So yeah, I feel like there's really this kind of place in your mind where it's like, I'm not really, you know, I'm not interested in getting distracted too much. I'm not very interested in all of that right now. Now we also have the goat, okay? And we have the number, it looks like another 2, okay? We have a heart again. We have an angel. We also have a whale. So I feel like this is somebody who is maybe passed. And they were really, this is somebody who was like a rock in your life. That's what the goat is. I think that you really looked to this person. You respected them greatly. They were such a support for you. And they continue to be that because I feel them very present in your life. With the whale, I know that this is a family member, and I know that this is somebody who you have a strong psychic connection to. This is not the only lifetime that you will be with them, manifest with them. I know that in your next lives, there will be more interaction, right? They are in a soul bond with you, and I feel like ultimately it's like they just keep showing up to really be there for you. There are moments when I think you just kind of feel like, I don't know which direction to even begin to go in. I feel tired and worn out and weakened and like I don't know anymore. And then, you know, there's this energy that kind of enters the room, and we also have the semicolon. So it's like there's going to be a next part, right? This feeling that you have in these moments of feeling almost defeated, right? Worn down by life, it's only just a passing thing, right? And there will be another thing, and there will be another thing, and many tomorrows to come. So, you know, be brave. Be brave. Get enough sleep. Drink enough water, right? And so, yes, this person is coming through, and I know that you will see some signs. They will show themselves to you, and it will probably be through dreams and synchronicities. So look for those special numbers, look for those symbols, you know, even for me, which I only learned about a few years ago, and it's been my whole life, is that I smell spirits, I smell intelligences before I interact with them or perceive them. I will smell them for days in advance. And I always was like, what is going on? Like, I would just smell like roses, you know, for a couple days, or I'd smell strong scent of pepper or whatever, you know, each one, I know a few of them now, I know their distinct smell, and I know that they're going to show up in like a dream, a vision, a visitation, if I start to smell them, right? And so it could be like that, where you start to smell and you're like, wow, is this in my head? What is going on? Did something like spill in the house? I'm looking for it. I don't know what this could be, but it is them showing themselves to you. right? And as we become aware of this, we can hone these abilities. Absolutely. Okay, Aries, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do our self-care affirmation cards. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says, authentic strength. I find strength in vulnerability. I am honest with people I trust. My struggles are opportunities for growth. I am authentically alive. I am authentically alive. I love it. It's a great mantra. All right, Aries. My goodness. I want to tell you I love you because I do, and I think that you know that. I'm going to have a drink here before I get into my spiel at the end. And yes, I'm always so honored to be able to bring these messages. And I want you to know, yeah, you're just so loved. I've been feeling like today, for some reason, as I've gone about my life, my errands and things that I've had to, do all day long, I just have been in contact with people in passing and family and stuff. I feel like people just generally, collectively, we're all in this place where we need to hear that you are loved. Okay? And I might not know your name and I might not know your face. I might not know your whole story, but I am happy that you're here and I want you to know that you are loved and you're not forgotten, okay? It's easy to forget how many of us walk through our lives feeling very alone, feeling like there's nobody thinking about me, there's nobody that would care if I wasn't here. I feel detached from everybody. I don't feel like I can be myself with people. I haven't met a friend in a long time, or I've been single for a long time, or, I have troubles with my family, whatever it is, right? I want you to know that you are loved. I want you to know that you are loved. And so, and then the rest. This is always what I do in everyone. I didn't butter you up for this, but I'm just going to do the quick, short version. If you'd be kind enough to like the video, it does help the channel. It gets us more recommendations, so more people will watch the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, absolutely think about doing that so you don't miss any videos in the future. You can hit the little bell. It'll notify you when videos are coming out. Also, if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're new to the channel, definitely shout it out in the comments. I love seeing that new people have been around. So, yeah, other than that, Aries, I love you, I love you, I love you. We'll talk in a few days. Good night, good night, good night.